Hey, all right. So let's move right along here. So now we've got this in our process here, right? We have just hung up with our prospect who we did a video audit for. The first phone call went well. They're interested in what we want to hear about. They want to look at a proposal, and we have our phone call scheduled for them to go over the proposal, in a day or two, whenever that is. So, what kind of proposal should we put together? How the hell do we even do that, right? Um, there are, in my experience, a couple of different kinds of proposals that you can send out to a prospect, right? The one you choose to, the kind that you want to make, the kind that, I should say, the type of proposal that you choose to send to a business will depend on the kind of business that you're targeting. At the end of the day, it's your call about which kind of proposal to send. There's no really right or wrong way to do it. So my preferred method, and the one that I'm going to spend the most time talking about here, is the email proposal. Pretty much right after the first call, I send them a summary of the points that we discussed in the call, along with an outline of a solution. I break up the major areas of the proposal into bullet points and kind of list out specific tasks that'll be accomplished when they bring us on. And I put the price of the packages at the bottom of the email. So you guys can kind of check that out in the members area. The example I have there, you guys can even just swipe that and deploy it yourselves. And that's kind of the best way that I do it. It's very simple. You can do it in 20 to 30 minutes. It doesn't take that much time. It kind of gives them time to mull it over, especially if you send it pretty much right after the call. They can look at it. Again, you're still on their mind. They're still hot. They're still ready to buy, or they might not be ready to buy just yet, but they still want to see the email proposal. The other kind of proposal that you could do is the hyper detailed one, right? It's my least favorite to put together, but it is honestly very effective. You can check your members area for an example of that. This is a kind of a super duper large document that breaks down every single action that you'll take during the campaign, along with an estimated time frame for taking care of each specific item. I don't do many of these anymore. I usually just do an email proposal, and that's usually fine with the client. I still get the deal most times. I haven't seen a drop off since really just not doing this. But if you feel more comfortable with that, if you have a more demanding client who wants to see like timetable breakdowns and all that stuff, this is sort of a way to do it as well for them. And the last kind of proposal type is, the fancy proposal, as I call it. This is the one where it's a PDF and there's lots of like fancy graphics and there's like a cover page with like a nice picture of a city and like, a case study of your company and all that stuff. It's the stuff that you like if you're going to be working with, more. I should say less local kind of businesses and more like formal, like we're a tech business or like we do apps or startups, anything that has any company that kind of has like a board that they have to like justify a proposal to. This is where you want to get fancy, put the time in. For this, we use a tool called Proposify that actually puts the whole thing together for us, and we just kind of edit the text. It's really really cool. I recommend checking it out. It's pretty much for the higher end clients. That would be a step above your typical local business. It's a monthly software, but I believe that you can get a free month trial with a new email address, and it's pretty easy to keep making email addresses, guys. Just saying. So if you want to use it and if you want to pay for it, that's a way to do it. Also, if people want, I can kind of go through a video of how we use Proposify in our business. If you want, we can kind of do that. Just if it's not clear, if anything is kind of confusing about it. But that's it, guys. Honestly, listen, if you did a good job at building trust and rapport on that first call, then it doesn't really matter what kind of proposal you send them, right? It's the content of it, not the form. Don't get caught up obsessing over what kind of proposal to send and what should be in it. Just kind of follow the examples that are in the group, and you're going to be fine. And that's it for this one, guys. It's a kind of a quick one here. Literally, I mean, the email proposal template, you can just plug and play that. Just put your name on it. Honestly, I don't mind because it's quite effective, and I think it works really well. Anyway, guys, again, leave any questions in the group. Shoot me a message, whatever, and let's keep on trucking here.